What's happening, guys? It's Shane here. So I did this webinar. I actually did it a few times, and people absolutely loved it. This webinar kind of went over how I was making, 1K per day from this channel, multiple, much more than that from my main channel, Shane Hummus, that has nearly 1 million subscribers. And I revealed some of the biggest secrets, and people absolutely loved it, and then they hated it when I had to stop doing it. So the reason I had to stop doing it is because I went on a pretty long, like hardcore vacation. So I wasn't able to do that while I was on vacation, and it was well needed. So we're going to go over kind of what I went over in that webinar today. It's going to be very detailed. It's going to break down pretty much like the most important things when it comes to making money from YouTube and doing it quickly, right? And doing it without having to have a massive channel. Now, if you do have a massive channel, that's amazing. That's great. But doing it when you don't, without having to have one, right? So I've told you guys many times on this channel, there's lots of tiny YouTube creators out there. Some of them have a couple thousand subscribers. Some of them have maybe 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, and they are making absolute bank. These are some of my clients. These are people, one of them has, I think, 2,000 subscribers. Maybe he's hit 3,000 by now. He gets about 100 views per video, and he's going to make nearly $2 million, if not $2 million this year. Another client gets like 500 views per video, has around 20, 30K subs, somewhere around there, maybe a little more than 30K now. And he's going to do over 10 mil this year, right? So I'm going to show you guys exactly how this is done, exactly why they're able to do that. And, maybe you don't want to do the exact things, but this will at least give you some really good ideas. And I'm just going to be super chill in this video today. Just got back from vacation. Just going to be, casually dropping some absolute bombs. All right. So let's jump into it. First of all, niche targeted content creation. Now, I'm sure you think that you've heard this a million times before, and maybe you have, but maybe they didn't tell it in the right way. Maybe they didn't emphasize how important it is. But you want to target a specific niche. Now, what I recommend is targeting like people who have money. Okay. Usually this is going to be B2B. Okay. But B2B meaning you're a business that is doing business with other businesses, right? So, helping businesses do XYZ. Usually this is going to be B2B. Now, you're basically like, you guys probably played, Call of Duty back in the day, or maybe some other video games, God of War, something like that, right? And when you first started the game, you could choose recruit difficulty, or you could choose, whatever the medium one was. I forgot what it was, but enlisted or something. And then you could choose veteran difficulty. And in veteran difficulty, if you get hit with a bullet on your pinky, you're dead. And in recruit difficulty, you can take like an entire magazine of like M16 ammo, and you're still going to survive, right? So recruit difficulty is easy, right? It's very, very easy. And veteran difficulty is extremely hard. Now, if you want to play on recruit difficulty, sell to people who actually have money, right? B2B. If you don't believe me, just look at, and you could easily look this up, by the way, with AI, ChatGPT, etc. Look at what percentage of companies are B2B that make it to like $100 million valuations or $1 billion valuations. It's about 70 to 80%. 70 to 80% of companies. Okay. And there's a reason for that. Business owners don't care about money. Believe it or not, this is the newsflash, right? Business owners, especially successful ones, don't actually care that much about money. Do you want to know who really cares about money? People who don't have it. Money's a big deal to them. Business owners, on the other hand, what they care about is time, and they care about convenience. Okay, time, convenience, problems getting solved. Okay, problems solved. and results. Okay. This is what business owners care about. They don't have time to care about money. And this is why a lot of people don't understand this, but this is why business owners will stay in five-star hotels. It's why they get first class. It's why they, buy super expensive stuff that's, like computers that, are not even as good as the other brand, but it's just convenient. It's just a convenient computer or something, right? It's right here. So I really highly recommend that you try to sell to people who have money. Now, of course, you could sell to doctors, lawyers, et cetera. There's other people besides business owners that have money, but I think you get my point. Try to sell to people who have money if you can, and then make niche targeted content for them. You want to focus on creating content for a specific audience that has purchasing power, like I just said, and you can generate income quickly, even within the first month. Now, this is especially true if you are selling over the phone. Okay, so you're selling high ticket, which is another thing that I usually recommend to people. Now, again, I have some clients who don't sell high ticket. I have some clients who sell a combination of low ticket and high ticket, or low ticket, medium ticket, and high ticket. They have got a whole suite of products. But high ticket is where it's at, right? If you have a mass market audience, of course, like if you have millions and millions of subscribers, okay, or you got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, yeah, you can sell medium ticket and low ticket and make good money. But if you're just starting your channel, selling high ticket's the way to go. If you want to make money fast, it's like this is the way to go. Now, if you're okay with waiting, for the algorithm to pick you up and for you to get recommended to a lot of people and your channel to blow up, then you can sell, low to medium ticket, and you can make good money that way as well. And this is how I was able to make 30K in the first month targeting a niche with money, because I teach people how to grow and monetize YouTube. Specifically, basically what I teach is YouTube for busy business owners, right? So, business owners, like I said, they have money, they want to start on YouTube, but it just takes too much time, right? And I teach business owners how to do YouTube without taking very much of their time, right? Business owners, they, some of them have even tried YouTube before, or maybe they've like thought of trying YouTube, but they saw their buddy that's a business owner friend, he tried YouTube and it just took way too much time and blah 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 blah, and it's just a huge headache, and recording videos sucks, and he had to figure everything out and blah 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 blah. And I just make all of that easy. Okay, what I save them is time. Okay, more time, more convenience, and I help them make more money. So it's an absolute no-brainer offer for busy business owners, right? Book a call down in the description and the pinned comment below if that fits you. Then you want to make what's known as a video sales letter. Now, I purposely on this channel for the B2B product, I made my video sales letter super basic. In fact, when I first started, I actually literally just used a Calendly link. Now, the reason I was able to do this and not get totally bombarded with unqualified leads, and if you're not sure what a Calendly link is, if you're not sure what a Calendly link is, you're probably not my target demographic, but you can book a call with people with Calendly links, right? And I would let them book a call directly with me. No VSL, no sales page, no anything. Just directly on the Calendly link. I'd ask them a few questions, and that's about it. And I was able to do this because I was targeting a B2B audience. And I knew my videos weren't going to get that many views, but the views they did get because of the subjects that I was making them on were going to be the right people. The right people were going to be seeing these videos. And so I literally just did a Calendly link, and I made it to 30K per month with just a Calendly link. That's it, right? Now, later on, I upgraded it to a very simple VSL. Again, I'm doing this on purpose. Pretty soon, I'll make a nice VSL, but I'm doing this on purpose. I upgraded to a simple VSL. It was literally a Loom video, just like what you're seeing right now. I made it super simple on purpose because I wanted to show that you can do that. Right. So people get scared when they hear video sales letter. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to hire a world-class copywriter and this and that and blah, 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 blah. It's actually not that hard, especially when you're selling B2B. You don't need to, finesse them, right? You just need to clearly communicate your value proposition to them, and you're going to be okay if you're selling B2B. right? So funnel structure, page with a video. They click on a link on your YouTube video, of course. Page with a video. It's a VSL, video sales letter. You can make them pretty short. Mine was a little bit longer. I probably should have made it a bit shorter. I think mine's about 19 minutes or something. But you can make them even as short as like 5 to 8 minutes, and you'll be totally fine. Then the person inputs their name and email. Now, by the way, these two could be switched. A lot of people split test this. Some people will have them put their name and email in first and then watch the VSL. Some people do it the opposite way. It's just preference. You can split test this. Like, it's pretty easy to do that. Then option to book a call with you after watching the video or even earlier in the video. So yeah, this one is, you want to give them that option, but for B2B, it doesn't matter as much, but you want to make it very clear that, you are going to be selling to them if you can, right? For B2C, you have to finesse them a little bit, but especially for B2B, like, a lot of people will actually go as far as just putting the price on the page. So nobody books a call with you without knowing the price. Because again, B2B has money, you don't want to waste their time. If it's out of their price range, you don't want them getting on the phone with you, right? So you'll get way better quality leads if you just tell them the price, or you just hint at the price that it's going to be pretty high. And yeah, option to book a call. Then they book a call with you. All right. Next steps. And of course, you can just like look at my funnel down in the description if you want to check out how it works. But next steps, they book a call, get on a call to sell your offer. And either you or a closer gets on the call to close the sale. Okay, so it could be literally just this simple as like a Calendly link or just a VSL, and then they book a call, and you see if they're qualified, and you can just set it up automatically with something like Jotform to see if they're qualified automatically. So if they answer the questions and they're not qualified, it could be pretty. You can just disqualify them. Now, to be fair, sometimes I've had people answer the questions in almost like a sarcastic way, and it disqualifies them. Which is kind of funny when they're actually qualified, but I digress. Then qualification. So all these things are captured. You use Calendly or Jotform for qualification. And, what we do on the B2C especially, this is important, is we'll do 3 different categories. We've got qualified, not qualified, and then might be qualified. The people who might be qualified, you send them to a 15-minute triage call to confirm qualification. The people who are qualified go straight to a closing call, right? Myself or my team. And then those who are not qualified, we just give them some free training, basically. We just send them some free training, make sure that, they're happy, don't want to, piss them off or anything. But yeah, just send them some free training, and that's that. Then the sales call, use a 45-minute to 1 hour call for selling, and do not refer to it as a sales call. Instead, call it like a strategy session or a demo session. Something along those lines. You ask ChatGPT. There's a bunch of different ones. Just whichever one sounds the best to you. If demo is typically what they use in SaaS. Strategy is what they use in like consulting, coaching, that kind of thing. And then conversion rate. So VSL funnels typically convert around 5% of page visitors, which is significantly higher than like a low ticket product where it's just sold on the page with words. So VSLs are so much better than just words alone. They absolutely crush, and they've crushed for over a decade now, probably. And they're going to continue crushing. And they're just really, really good. Now, I also do webinars sometimes. But the more I do it, the more I realize like the VSL should be your bread and butter. And then the webinar should be extra. Because one thing about webinars is you end up getting a ton of calls. And then you may not even be able to take all the calls, right? There's literally like, maybe you have a few slots left, but they don't have they're busy business owners, right? They don't have a time slot that they can actually book. Right. So you end up dropping a lot of people. And with VSLs, you get more of a steady lead flow, which is really nice. And then these are super effective for selling high ticket products. The VSL to book a call funnel is honestly, I think it's the best funnel. Webinars are great too, especially like live webinars. I like live webinars. Um, but and you could, I guess you could do evergreen webinars too, but especially for busy business owners, man, it's like they don't have time to attend a freaking webinar. Just give them the video. Just give them the video. Okay. Tell them what you do and let them book a call. Now, this is an alternative strategy. I do like this as well, which is live webinars. And of course, you can do evergreen webinars, but never start off with an evergreen webinar. Always start with a live webinar. And basically, this is where, it's like maybe an hour to 2 hours of your time. And you usually it's about an hour and a half. And they are attending it live with you, so they can literally interact with you. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. So these convert really well too. They're a little bit of a pain, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you're doing it once a week, it's like an hour and a half of your time. It's not that bad. It gives high interaction, and of course, you want to give value in the webinar. Some tips for the webinars, and yeah, it is more work, but some tips for the webinars. Conduct them via Zoom. For some reason, more people show up to Zoom versus like Webinar Jam. Okay. The word webinar almost has a negative connotation to it. But if you just say, hey guys, we're going to get on a Zoom session together, it's the same exact thing. But more people show up to Zoom sessions. Do not refer to it as a webinar. Instead, use terms like Zoom session or free session or Zoom with name. Okay. So for me, it would be Zoom with Shane. Right. And provide value up front and start selling at the end. What you want to do, and we've split tested a lot of things, is 3 simple tips. Okay. 3 simple tips. Simple but powerful. Okay. 3 simple but powerful tips. You're basically telling them like the fundamentals. Do not get complicated in the webinar. Don't try to show off your vast knowledge, show your super deep knowledge. Just tell them this, like the Pareto principle, the stuff that really makes a difference, and it's easy to understand and it's easy to implement. Okay. And tell, don't show. Okay. So don't do like a step-by-step guide. More just tell them how to do it. The what. Tell them the what, not the how. Okay, they buy the how, but tell them the what. So basically, if you show them the how, like if you do like a step-by-step guide or tutorial, what you're doing is you are selling the 12-hour flight to some vacation destination like Thailand or something, right? You're selling the 12-hour flight instead of selling the destination, and you need to sell the destination. It's very important that you do that. So don't sell the 12-hour flight by doing this stuff. Sell the destination, and then they'll understand after they buy it that, yes, there's going to be a 12-hour flight. They're going to have to do some work, right? And Q&A, continue selling while answering questions. Always do a Q&A at the end, and then continue selling while answering the questions. Q&As are amazing for gathering data as well. And then follow-up sequences. So this is another one that's really important. So no-shows, specific, these are people who signed up to your webinar, but they didn't show. Specific email sequence for them. You can also call them, okay? So it's actually not that expensive to hire somebody to just call them. And this will probably 1.5 to 2x your revenue that you do from the webinar, just by simply calling people, okay? Same thing with this one. You call them, and also a different email sequence. Watch the full webinar, but they didn't book a call. Again, call them as well. In fact, you definitely want to call them first. This one would be second priority, and this one would be third priority. And then final sequence for those who booked a call. You want to send them a sequence that only they get because they booked a call with you, basically. And yeah, that is basically the gist of it, guys. Like, there's no crazy complicated stuff where you like funnel people to Instagram and then you hire an appointment setter, and like all of this stuff can be done so easily. Like, you can actually just do all this stuff by yourself. You don't even need to hire somebody. Maybe you hire somebody on Fiverr to help you set it up if you just want to save time. but it's just nothing crazy complicated. It's simple. It's super effective. Especially, the VSL and the webinar, both of those are simple and super effective. And if you ever need more leads, the people that got on your email list, you just shoot them some kind of one-time offer or something like that. Like, hey, if you get on a call, we'll also do an audit of your channel or something like that, and you'll get more leads. So email list can be a great way to kind of make sure that you have your calendar booked. And yeah, this is how it's done, guys. I mean, it's really simple. These are the two most effective methods that work on YouTube: the webinar and the VSL. Those two methods work better than anything else by far. VSL is number one. Webinar, I would say, is probably number two. But those two are the absolute kings of YouTube conversion when it comes to business owners, coaches, consultants, agency owners, online service providers, etc. These are the absolute kings. So that's basically what I revealed in the webinar that I did, and just wanted to shoot that over to you guys because people had really, really good feedback on it. And overall, guys, you got to start on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is the future. It doesn't matter whether you're running paid ads or you're doing cold outreach. Okay, paid ads, cold outreach. Okay. The thing about content, the thing about brand, right? Having a personal brand or a brand is that it makes paid ads like 2 times more effective. It makes cold outreach like 3 times more effective. When you have a massive following and then you reach out to somebody, they're way more likely to reach out to you again, right? When you have paid ads and you retarget people with paid ads, they're way more likely because they know you to actually book a call with you, right? So content just amplifies everything else. In fact, I was talking to a guy who is, he used to work with like all the biggest players in the industry, like Cole Gordon. He's a consultant for them. And he was telling me that pretty soon he thinks that most people are not going to be able to be competitive with paid ads without having a brand, right? Without having like making content on social media on top of running paid ads. That's what he was telling me. He's like, I don't think people are going to be competitive if they don't have that pretty soon, because it's getting so competitive, just running to purely cold traffic. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, guys. It doesn't take that much time. It takes me less than 4 hours a week to make content, and that's for 2 different channels. No excuses. Book a call down below. Let's get this done.